am Sneha Shah from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I am going to explain you about circular convolution methods from the subject of digital signal processing. In the last session we had seen the circular convolution, right? So there are basically three methods to solve the circular convolution. The first method is graphical method, the second method is matrix method, and the third method is DFT-IDFT. So to solve any example of this circular convolution, we are using these three different techniques. So starting solving the example of the circular convolution, the first example is compute circular convolution of given discrete time sequences x of n equals to cos n pi by 2 for n equals to 0, 1, 2 and 3 and h of n equals to 2 raised to n for n equals to 0, 1 and 2. So in this you are given two sequences x of n and h of n, right? And you have to find out circular convolution. So I will explain this example by these three different techniques. The first technique is graphical method. So starting with this, if I am solving this example, then first of all I am writing the equation of x of n. What is the equation of x of n? X of n equals to cos n pi by 2, right? And the value of it n equals to 0, 1 and 2. So if I am writing the value of x of n, what is the value of x of n? If I am taking n equals to 0, cos 0 equals to 1. If I am taking n equals to 1, then cos pi by 2 means 0. If I am taking n equals to 2, so cos pi means minus 1. And for n equals to 3, cos 3 pi by 2 means 0. So this is the final value of x of n, right? Same way I am finding the value of h of n. So if I am finding the value of h of n, the equation is given to you as 2 raised to n for n equals to 0, 1 and 2. So if I am finding the value of h of n, then what is the value of 2 raised to 0 means 1, 2 raised to 1 means 2, 2 raised to 2 means 4. As you know that to solve circular convolution, the number of samples should be same. So you can see that here the 4 terms will be there. So I am adding the 4 term with its magnitude equals to 0. So by using these two terms x of n and h of n, we will finding the circular convolution of it. Now starting with this, if I am representing this x of n and h of n in the circular form, so starting with this x of n and this one is h of n. So if I am drawing this x of n, starting with this point, it will representing as 1 and we are representing the input sequence in the anti-clockwise direction. So 1, 0, minus 1, 0. Same way, while starting representing this h of n, starting with this 1, then it will representing in this anti-clockwise direction. So 1, 2, 4 and 0. So this way we will representing it in the anti-clockwise direction. Now as you know that from the equation of circular convolution, as you know that we are convolving two sequences, directly we will multiplying these two sequences and then we'll folding the sequence and we'll rotating one by one, means we have to shift the sequence, right? So if I want to solve this example by using graphical method, so for each and every step we'll be drawing this graphs. So now next, if I am writing these two sequences, then the term will be, this one is, suppose if I am writing this x of n. So what is the value of x of n? 1, 0, minus 1, 0, right? So we had representing this x of n in the anti-clockwise direction. Now as you know that if we are solving the convolution, then one signal as it is and the another signal is in the folded form. So if you want to represent the another sequence in the folded form, so it will be representing in the clockwise direction. So as we are representing this x of n in the anti-clockwise direction, so we are representing h of n in the, so if I am representing h of n in the clockwise direction, then what will be the value? 1, 2, 4, 0, right? Now just we have to multiply these two terms and then we'll adding these terms. So it will gives you the answer. As we had not shift any terms, so it will gives you the answer of 0 shift. So y of 0 equals to 1 into 1 means 1 plus 0 into 0 means 0 plus minus 1 into 4 means minus 4 and the last term is 0 into 2 means 0. Now if I am simplifying this, then the answer is 1 minus 4 means minus 3. right? Same way, we'll drawing this x of n and this h of n. Now we'll, after folding, we'll shifting h of n one term. So if I am shifting h of n one term in the anti-clockwise direction, then this 1 goes over here, this 2 goes over here, and the 4 will become here, and the last term 0 comes here. Same way, we're representing this x of n. X of n is representing in the anti-clockwise direction, right? Now if I am adding this after multiplication, if I am adding this 2 term, then the answer will be, we had taken one shift, right? So it will gives you answer equals to y of 1. So what is the value of y of 1? 1 into 2 means 2 plus 0 into 1 means 0, 0 into minus 1 means 0, and 0 into 4 means 0. So the answer equals to y of 1 equals to 2. Now same way we're shifting this 2 times, means we're shifting this last one with 1, then it will give you the answer of y of 2. So if we want to find out y of 2, what will be the value of y of 2? The first will representing x of n, its value is 1, 0, minus 1, 0, right? Now the next term will representing as, first of all we are representing, over here we have representing 1, 2, 4 and 0 clockwise, right? But we have to shift 2 factors. So this one comes over here and it will comes over here. So over here the term will be 1, then the next term will be 0, then the next term will be 4, and this term will be representing as 0. So we had moved the outer circle 2 times in the anti-clockwise direction. Now if I am multiplying these 2 terms, then you can see that 1 into 4 means 4, 0 into any term means 0, minus 1 into 1 means minus 1, 0 into 0 means 0. So the overall answer is 4 minus 1 means 3. Same way, we will representing this inner circle will representing as it is, and the outer circle will be moved. This circle will move 1 time. So 1 goes over here, 0 comes here, 4 comes here, and the 2 comes here. Now if I am multiplying this term, so 1 into 0 means 0. It will give you the answer of y of 2. 0 into 4 means 0. Minus 1 into 2 means minus 2. 0 into any term means 0. So overall answer of it equals to minus 2. Now if I want to write down the final answer of convolution, then it will be representing as y of n. Now what is the value of y of n? Y of n equals to, first term is y of 0, right? So its value equals to minus 3, next term is 2. So I am writing this one minus 3, then 2, and the term will be like this, minus 3, 2, next term is 3, and the last term is minus 2, right? So this is your final answer of circular convolution. Now we will deriving the same answer by using these 2 different other techniques. Now the next technique is, we will solve the same example of circular convolution but by using matrix method. So if you want to solve by using matrix method, then how are you solving it? Y of n will be representing as, the first term is 1, 0, minus 1, 0, right? So I am writing 1, 0, minus 1, 0, which one is x of n. And the next term is 1, 2, 4, 0. This one is h of n, right? So I have written x of n and h of n in the matrix form and in the column form. Now this term will be shifted like this. The last term will shift over here, the last term shift over here, this one goes over here, 0 goes over here, and minus 1 goes over here. Same way we will representing it. This minus 1 comes here, 0, 1, 0. Last 0 will comes here, and the next one is minus 1, 0 and 1. Now if we are shifting this 1 over here, then it will give you the same answer of this, right? So we will stop over here. So it will give you 4 by 4 square matrix. Now if we are doing the matrix multiplication of this 2, then what will be the matrix multiplication? 1 into 1 means 1, plus 0, minus 1 into 4 means minus 4, and the last one is 0 into 0, 0. Now the next term is 0 into 1 means 0, plus 2, plus 0, plus 0. Next term is minus 1 into 1 means minus 1, plus 0, plus 4, plus 0, right? This row into this column. So 0, minus 2, plus 0, plus 0. So if I am solving this, 1 minus 4 minus 3, next term is 2, minus 1 plus 4 means 3, and the last term is minus 4. So if I am representing this in the form of number of terms, then it will be representing as minus 3, 2, 3 and minus 2. Right. So if I am comparing this answer with the above answer, then it should be same. So you can see that minus 3, 2, 3, minus 2. Minus 3, 2, 3, minus 2. So the answer will remain same by using the another method. Now the last method to solve this circular convolution is DFT-IDFT method. So if you want to find out circular convolution, then we'll first of all take DFT of these two sequences x1 of n and x2 of n, or x of n with n h of n. So it will give you, suppose if I am taking the DFT of this, then it will give you x of k, and if I am finding DFT of h of n, then it will give you h of k, right? Now if I am multiplying these two terms x of k into h of k, then it will give you circular convolution in the frequency domain, right? So I am finding y of k, and if I am taking IDFT of this, then it will give you the answer as y of n, which is circular convolution of this, right? So first of all, I am taking DFT of x, it will give you x of k. Then I am taking DFT of h of n, it will give you h of k. Then I am multiplying these two terms, and at last we are taking IDFT of it, it will give you the answer equals to y of n. So starting with this x of k, how will finding x of k? As you solve the example of DFT in the last session, as by using Tweedle factor matrix, we are taking 1, 1, 1, 1. The first term is minus j, minus 1j. The next term is 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, and the last terms will be like this, right? Now this terms will get multiplied with the input sequence x of n. What is the value of x of n? Its value equals to 1, 0, minus 1, 0. Now if I am multiplying these two terms, then it will give us answer equals to 1 into 1 means 1 plus 0. 1 into minus 1 means minus 1 plus 0. Same way we will multiplying each and every terms. This one is minus minus plus 1. Right. Next term is 1 into 1 means 1. Minus 1 into 0 means 0. 1 into minus 1 means minus 1. And the last term is 0. The next term is 1 plus 0. Minus minus plus 1 plus 0. Now if I am simplifying this, then the term will be 0, 2, 0, 2. So this one is your x of k. Same way, if I am solving the value of h of k, then what will be the term? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Minus j, minus 1, j, minus 1, 1, minus 1. This one is j, minus 1, minus j, right? It will multiply with 1, 2, 4, 0. So if I am simplifying this, then what will be the answer? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 0. 1 minus 2j minus 4 plus 0. 1 minus 2 plus 4 plus 0. And the last term is 1 plus 2j minus 4 plus 0. Now if I am simplifying this term, then the value of h of k equals to 1 plus 2 plus 4 means 7. Next term is 1 plus 4, 1 minus 4 means minus 3, minus 2j, 1 minus 2 plus 4 means 3, and the last term is minus 3 plus 2j. So this one is your h of k, right? Now I am multiplying this x of k with h of k. So what will be the value? The value will be y of k equals to x of k into h of k. What is the value of x of k? 0, 2, 0, 2, right? And what is the value of h of k? The term is 7, minus 3, minus 2j, 3, minus 3 plus 2j. So if I am multiplying this two terms, element by element, then 0 into any term is 0. Next term is 2 into this. Means it will gives you the answer equals to minus 6 minus 4j And the next term is 0 into any term, means 0 and 2 into this term, means minus 6 plus 4j, right? So this is your answer of y. Now from this, if we want to find out y of n, then what is the value of y of n? 1 by n, wn conjugate, it will be multiplied with this yk, right? So if I am putting the value of, over here the number of terms are 4. So value of n equals to 4. So 1 by 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Next term is 1 minus j, 1 minus 1j. This one is 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. This one is j minus 1 minus j, right? This will be multiplied with this yk. Yk will be representing in the column form. So minus 6 minus 4j, 0 minus 6 plus 4j. So instead of this Twitter factor matrix, we have to take conjugate terms. So over here we will take in plus. This one is minus, minus, and this one is plus. Now if I am multiplying this terms, then it will gives you 1 into 0 means 0. 1 into this term is this term. So minus 6 minus 4j minus 6 plus 4j. So minus 4j plus 4j will be cancelled out, and this term will be minus 6 means minus 12. So the first term is minus 12 and 1 by 4 will constant will be as it is, right? So the first term is minus 12. Similarly, if I am finding all the other values, then what will be the value? Next value, its value equals to 8, the next value is 12, and the last value is minus 8. So if I am solving this, then minus 12 divided by 4, it will give you answer as minus 3, 2, 3 and minus 2. Now this will be representing in the form of y of n, then the value will be minus 3, 2, 3, minus 2. So this is your final answer. Now you can see that this will be compared with matrix form or any other form like graphical method, then the answer will remain C. Thank you so much.